Have you ever heard of a man who escaped not just once, but twice from the most secure prisons in Mexico? Sounds like something from a movie, right? But this is a true story. His name is Joaquín El Chapo Guzmán, and he became one of the most dangerous and powerful drug lords the world has ever seen. How did a poor boy from a small village become the boss of a billion-dollar drug empire? How did he escape prison in ways that shocked the world? And where is he now? In this video, we'll take you through the crazy, wild, and shocking story of El Chapo, the man known as the world's greatest prison escapee. So, are you ready for this unbelievable journey? Then make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and tap the bell icon so you never miss more jaw-dropping stories like this. Early life of a legend. Joaquín Guzmán was born on April 4, 1957, in a small, poor village called La Tuna in Sinaloa, Mexico. He grew up in a tiny house where there was very little food, money, or comfort. His father worked as a local drug farmer, growing opium poppies. From a young age, El Chapo saw how drugs could bring people money and power. He only went to school until the 3rd grade. When he was just 15 years old, he started helping his father work in the drug fields. People called him El Chapo, which means shorty in Spanish, because he was not very tall, only about 5 feet 6 inches. But don't be fooled by his small size or his nickname. El Chapo had big dreams and even bigger plans for his future. Rise to power. In the 1980s, El Chapo started working for Miguel Ángel Félix Gallardo, who was the leader of the Guadalajara cartel. But when that cartel broke apart in the late 1980s, El Chapo decided to start his own group called the Sinaloa Cartel. He quickly turned it into one of the strongest and most powerful drug cartels in the world. El Chapo's cartel smuggled huge amounts of drugs like cocaine, marijuana, meth, and heroin into the United States. His men built secret tunnels and used boats, planes, and even submarines to sneak drugs across the border. He wasn't just a drug dealer. He was like a businessman, a master at escaping capture, and a man who ruled by making people afraid. The first arrest, 1993. In 1993, El Chapo's criminal life caught up with him. He was arrested in Guatemala and sent to a very secure prison in Mexico called Puente Grande. Most people thought this was the end for him, but they had no idea what was about to happen. Even while he was in prison, El Chapo didn't behave like a normal prisoner. He paid money to the guards to get special treatment. He lived in luxury, not like someone behind bars. His prison cell had a TV, a phone, and he even ate fancy meals. But deep down, he wasn't planning to stay locked up for long. The first escape. 2001. After spending 8 years in prison, something incredible happened on January 19, 2001. El Chapo made his first famous escape. He hid inside a laundry cart, rolled right past the guards, and disappeared into the night. Yes, you heard that right, a simple laundry cart. Many people believe that more than 70 people, including some prison officials, helped him escape. It was a huge embarrassment for the Mexican police and prison system. After getting away, El Chapo went back to running his cartel, and this time, he was stronger than ever. Life on the run. After escaping from prison, El Chapo lived like a ghost. No one could find or catch him. He was protected by armed guards, corrupt police officers, and even local villagers who saw him as a kind of hero. He gave them money, built schools, and helped poor families in their communities. El Chapo had secret houses with hidden tunnels, fancy hideouts, and even private zoos full of wild animals. The US government offered a huge reward, $5 million, 0 cents, for anyone who gave information that could lead to his capture. But no matter what, El Chapo always stayed one step ahead of the police. The second arrest, 2014. After being on the run for 13 years, El Chapo was finally caught by Mexican Marines in February 2014. They found him hiding in a secret room behind a bathtub in Mazatlan. a popular beach town known for its beautiful beaches and sunshine. It was a surprising and smart hiding place. After his capture, El Chapo was sent to Altiplano prison, the most secure prison in Mexico. This prison was built to keep even the most dangerous criminals locked up. It had cameras watching every move, day and night, motion detectors that could sense any movement, and thick concrete walls that were almost impossible to break through. The officials were very confident this time. They said, "There's no way El Chapo can escape again." But as we know, El Chapo was a man with big plans, and he wasn't ready to give up just yet. The second escape, 2015. On July 11, 2015, just over a year after he was caught, El Chapo did something that shocked everyone. He escaped from prison in the most incredible way of modern times. He vanished from his cell's shower area. When the guards checked, they found a hidden hole under the shower floor. This hole led to a secret tunnel that was more than 1 mile long. The tunnel was amazing. It had fresh air, lights, and even a motorcycle on rails to help carry people and tools. El Chapo didn't do this alone. He had a team of engineers, workers, and cartel members who secretly dug this tunnel right under one of the most secure prisons in Mexico. The news spread quickly around the world. People couldn't believe it. El Chapo had done the impossible again. He escaped from prison a second time. The final capture, 2016. After his second amazing escape from prison, El Chapo went back into hiding. He was very careful to avoid being caught again, but then he made a big mistake. He agreed to meet with famous actor Sean Penn and Mexican actress Kate Del Castillo for an interview. This meeting was secret, but somehow the police learned about it. The information from that interview helped the authorities find him. On January 8, 2016, Mexican Marines found El Chapo hiding in a city called Los Mochis in the state of Sinaloa. When they tried to arrest him, there was a gunfight. Even with the danger, the Marines captured him alive. This time, the police and government were very serious. They knew how dangerous he was and promised not to let him escape again. El Chapo's freedom finally ended, and he was locked up for good. Extradition to the United States. In January 2017, El Chapo was sent to the United States. He was placed in a supermax prison in Colorado called ADX Florence, which is one of the most secure prisons in the world. Here he couldn't pay off any guards, he couldn't dig tunnels, and he couldn't even talk to anyone outside. In 2019, after a long trial in New York, he was found guilty of many serious crimes, like drug trafficking, murder, and money laundering. He was given a life sentence plus 30 more years. This was the end of El Chapo's power and freedom. The man behind the legend. El Chapo's story is full of danger, power, and mystery. He built a drug empire worth billions of dollars. He escaped from prison not once, but twice. He controlled thousands of people and made many afraid, crossing borders and countries. But behind all the violence and chaos was a man who started with nothing. A boy who grew up poor and chose a path that hurt many people's lives. Some people saw him as a kind of Robin Hood, helping the poor. Others saw him as a cold and dangerous criminal. But one thing is clear, his story is like something from a movie. Legacy and impact. El Chapo's story changed the way the world sees drug crime. His cartel, called the Sinaloa Cartel, is still active today. Now, it is run by his sons, who are known as Los Chapitos. Because of his famous prison escapes, Mexico and the United States had to improve their security, work together more, and think differently about how to deal with drug lords. Many movies, TV shows, books, and songs have been made about him. People still talk about his secret tunnels, his huge wealth, and how he escaped from prison. But El Chapo's story is also a warning. It reminds us that power built on fear and violence always comes with a high price. Where is El Chapo now? Today, Joaquín El Chapo Guzmán is locked up in a prison called ADX Florence, which people also call the Alcatraz of the Rockies. This prison is one of the toughest and most secure in the world. El Chapo spends about 23 hours a day alone in a small cell. He has very little contact with the outside world, almost like being in complete isolation. He is now 67 years old and is expected to spend the rest of his life behind bars. His life of power and escape has come to a quiet and lonely end. His family is still in the news. His wife, Emma Coronel, was arrested too, and his children, especially his sons, continue to face legal problems with U.S. authorities. Even though El Chapo is locked away, his story and family keep making headlines around the world. Inclusion. El Chapo is a name the world will never forget. He became one of the richest and most feared criminals in history. But what really made him famous were his unbelievable prison escapes. So daring and wild, they amazed everyone. From hiding in a laundry cart to digging a tunnel over a mile long, El Chapo showed that even the toughest prisons can be broken into if you have the right plan, the right people, and enough money. But no matter how smart he was, even El Chapo couldn't escape forever. So what do you think? Was he a genius criminal mastermind or just someone who got lucky? Could anyone else ever pull off escapes like his? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel Epic Top 10, and tap the bell icon so you never miss our latest crazy and shocking stories from around the world. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.